Welcome to our Day 2 coverage of the Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens, where Fiji are looking to make it 4 on the bounce on the island. This is stop 7 on the World Series, and it's the closest title race we've seen in years.
World Series 19 kicks off in Dubai back in December, where the Blitzboks went back-to-back.
Tap and go from the captain. Snowman goes in. That's charged down. That might be another 5 coming here. The Quagga Smith, a miracle put down. Agaba reaches out and grabs the gold medal for the Blitzboker.
We went to Cape Town next, where South Africa were upstaged by the All Black Sevens.
Rabubu, power and a bit of skill. Still going Rabubu. Oh, boy, oh boy. Karoy goes over, second try. Looking for another try for New Zealand. There it is, Molia puts the final nail in the coffin. Champions of the HSBC Cape Town Sevens, New Zealand.
A break for Christmas and then to Sydney, where the Aussie Sevens took gold on home turf.
Stannard! He's still got enough in those legs to run it in for a try. Stannard puts it on the toe, and John Court puts it down. He gets away from Sanatla. O'Donnell is over. Your champions in Sydney 2018, Australia.
We had a new venue for the New Zealand Sevens, Hamilton, and the locals turned out en masse to see Fiji fly.
Now Soko has it, and he can go. Oh, brilliant! What about the handling? What about the pass? And I've got another one. Nanduba has 3. Incredible. And Ronnie Sal, and that should do it for Fiji.
They're back, the winners in 2018 in New Zealand, Fiji.
Round 5 in Las Vegas, and the USA took the money in their first home final.
Baker! Believe the hype! Oh yeah! Mr. Boom Boom, Danny Barrett slams it down. Isles boots him, he hits the turbo button, forget the chase. The USA, #1 at home.
Fiji won their second event on the series in Vancouver against Kenya in the gold medal match.
They're away. It's Mofanathangi. Fiji have responded straight away. Offloads to Mofanathangi. He's got a double and he's away. Nanduva's under the post, and that's what they do. Fiji, your gold medal winners, the HSBC Canada Sevens 2018.
We're here in Hong Kong for round 7, the spiritual home of Sevens. Still the blue ribboned event on the series. And then we go to Singapore at the end of April, where Canada won their first ever title last year. And the series will wind up in Europe. The penultimate leg this time is in London, before the Sevens World Series champion will be crowned at the Stade Jean-Bouin in Paris.
So those 6 tournaments gives us a World Series table that looks like this. It's the defending series champions narrowly ahead of Fiji, with New Zealand and Australia rounding out the top 4. And there are another 22 points on offer this weekend in this unbelievable city. Puts on the burners. Baker's magical. Baker, that's one of his best. Here goes the sprinter of Sevens, Perry Baker. Mofanathangi. Fiji hit first. Kunavula unstoppable. Nasoko, it's beautiful from Fiji. Fiji are fizzing in Hong Kong. Yep, Fiji, this has been their house the last 3 years, chasing 4 straight in 2018. A look now at our pools with New Zealand and Fiji sitting atop Pool A. They'll cross over against Pool D as the weekend's play progresses. Pool B has Kenya and Spain. Spain sitting second after that upset win last night against Australia. Pool C has the defending series champions and last year's finalists, South Africa, ahead of Scotland. They played out a thriller against England last night, while over in Pool D, well, it is tight. Argentina, France, USA and Wales. France and the USA playing out a draw last night, a 24-all draw. So they are your star teams, and now a squiz at your star players from day one. Connor Braid, Georgie Horn and Folau Nua, all square at the top of our DHL performance tracker. So that's how it looks in the bigs, and now a look at the qualifying side of things. So each of these teams are chasing core starters for next year's series. Uganda, well, we've seen them pop up in Cape Town and Dubai. They can ball and they sit top of Pool E. Pool F has the ever improving, the ultra impressive Germans ahead of PNG, Zimbabwe and Hong Kong. And rounding out the 12 teams looking for that qualification, we've got Ireland, who've rolled into town and looked the goods from the get-go.
Hey, very good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Socompo Stadium in Hong Kong. Our first game from day two comes from Pool G. It's Jamaica against the Cook Islands. Both of these teams looking for their first win in this competition this weekend. Here are the starting lineups, and alongside me, former New Zealand Sevens captain Carl Tanana. Carl, who can we look out for from these two sides that can maybe light it up here early on day two in Hong Kong?
Yeah, for Jamaica and Jersey 12 Reese, I thought was very good on day one, even though it didn't go their way. And the Cook Islands, well, their captain also in Jersey number 12, Willis. He was very, very abrasive, and look for him to be an influence in the start of this game today.
The south stand is full. And we're just at about 5 to 9 on Saturday morning. There it is. If you've never been here to the Hong Kong Sevens, well, make that rugby pilgrimage, put it on your bucket list, tick it off, get out here. It is a sight to behold. And here come Jamaica and the Cook Islands. Jamaica on the left in the black, green and yellow shirts. They had a difficult day on day one. 22-5 they went down to Uruguay, then 26-0 to a really impressive Ireland team in this pool. Many people are picking Ireland to go all the way in this competition. Here are the Cook Islands. They scored 5 points yesterday, conceded 79, 38-0 to Uruguay and 41-5 to Ireland. So they'll be hoping for an improved performance today. Mike O'Brien from the USA is your referee for this one. So the Cook Islands are going to get us underway here. They qualified by the Oceania Sevens. And we are underway on day two in Hong Kong. And here for Jamaica is Mignotin. Connor Segri with some nice footwork and ball inside. Really bright start this from the Jamaicans. Running cool here early on day two. Penalty Cook Islands. They'll go quickly. Always really difficult early on day 2 after late games last night on the Friday night to back up this morning. Saw all the players in the team hotel. They go through their pre-game warm-ups, their blowout sessions, maybe a swim in the hotel pool, try and loosen up those limbs and get the body running. This is James Corder. Nice offload from him to Pritchard. He flings a pass out here to Junior Napara. Taylor Savage offloads as well. This is good stuff from the Cook Islands. Oh, that's really nice. Really nice. And they'll go in the corner. It's Junior Napara. He was involved in the build-up. Referee wants a look at it.
I think we're just going to check and touch. The grounding's fine. Pritchard, though, the jersey number 3, he's the one that gave the ball to Napara. And it was a good one too. I like the shape of this Cook Island team. Using their big men effectively. Coming across with Segri. From that angle, that looks fine. Maybe just the right leg. Good to go, I think.
Looks all right, doesn't it? Good start from the Cooks. Junior Napara, his first try this weekend. Well done him.
This last pass though, from Pritchard, this one, he's going to give it right there. Just bamboozles the Jamaican defence. As soon as Napara sees the line, there was no stopping him.
Conversion attempt from out wide. Won't get there. Nice high restart from the Cook Islands, but it's the Jamaicans that have brought it down. Look, going in for the turnover there is Napara. And he's won the penalty for his side, and off they go again. This is Pritchard, in fact, and he likes a bit of contact, doesn't he? Rumbles into the Jamaican 22, shooting out of the line, the Jamaican defence. Perhaps an opportunity here again for the Cooks. Slightly blindsided tackle there, and the knock-ons come. So here come Jamaica. Can they get something going here? Space here on the near side. It's a runaway from Omar Dixon. And Dixon in front of the south stand. He'll enjoy that moment. You can hear the decibels lift when you score in front of the big crowd down that end. Good try for Dixon.
Oshani Eddie. Here's the turnover right there. Samuel Rees putting a hit on, but look at him here, the number 8, Oshani Eddie. Good footwork, good timing of the pass, and he gets it to the speed, he realises where it is. And Omar Dixon, well, they're well famous for their sprinters, aren't they? He's pretty quick on the outside, Omar Dixon.
Kick from fairly close, no problem. So Jamaica take the lead, 7 points to 5 here, just under 4 minutes left. We're watching this Pool G match. Cook Islands have had the advantage here, 16-3. Remember, there's 2 other teams in this pool, Uruguay and Ireland. They play next. That could be a pool decider here. Both those teams may well, however, be still looking to go through to the quarterfinals in this competition. Uruguay really impressive as well in their opening 2 games. That ball's gone forward, so another chance here for Jamaica to launch a counter-attack. And here's their live wire. Oshani Eddie. Here is the state of the pool. Look at that. Ireland and Uruguay. Ireland plus 62 on the points difference. So that's pretty crucial when you come to seedings, isn't it, when you get to quarterfinals in these 12-team competitions?
Most definitely. Uruguay piled on a lot of points as well. I like Uruguay's defence, so looking forward to that matchup, Ireland-Uruguay, that's for sure. Great opportunity here for Jamaica, really liking their shape and defence. Caused a couple of turnovers.
Loose pass off the base of that scrum. Here's Edie again. Hitch kick from him. He's got the peroxided hair, you can't miss him, and he's pretty much at the heart of everything they do is Oshani Eddie. Short ball, and how about that for a hit? That was Samuela Leuta. Good morning. And they're away again, Jamaica. Nice inside run this once more from Omar Dixon. Ball over the top, pass just goes to ground to Samuel Caven. And here are the Cooks, they can counter now. Deep in their own 22. Half of their team are in front of the ball. They need to work hard to get back in behind and support their teammates. Offload off the floor that time from Leuta. Overlap here, but they can't get the pass away. James Corder held onto it. He had James Yopu Johnson unmarked to his left, but they've got the penalty. They go quickly through Taina Savage. He commits a few Jamaican defenders.
Savage just opens his eyes and gets away from the tunnel. They have got a mountain of numbers. Right, here they go.
Overlap on the far side. They've just got to shift it. They won't need to. It's Samuela Leuta. He came up with the big hit, and now he's hit him with a try of his own. You can see how tired these players are early here on Saturday morning, but that was a really good response from the Cooks.
A long sequence of play, wasn't it? But they did all the hard work back in the fence in their own 22. And the wash-up is finally, after a number of penalties, Jamaica going backwards. Look at the way he just carries the ball. Able to fend off with his left hand, carried in his right. Energy-sapping stuff.
No problem with the conversion from right in front. Here's another look at it.
Finally, they get it wide. In fact, the numbers have to drift because of the numerical advantage on the outside. Easy.
So we're back underway, just a few seconds left in this first half, and on a breakaway here is Samuel Rees. Tries to get the offload away there, but can't quite. They've got a penalty though, Jamaica can't finish on a penalty. Time's up on the clock.
Can't play the ball on the ground. Now he's sent him off for not releasing the ball. Just these little nuances put your own team under pressure.
That's a coach killer, isn't it? Vavasi Samanea will be pulling his hair out after that one. So 7-on-6 here at the end of the first half. Jamaica will want to make this pay. Down by 5. Decide to go the short side. Need to find a teammate though here. Another big tackle coming in from Leuta. Seen a couple of those in this half. He's been impressive on defence.
Discipline here has to be at his premium for the Cook Island team. They kicked it straight forward. You can ruck it back, but you can't kick it forward like that. So that's why the penalty's been given.
Edie directs traffic, shows the ball to his teammate, and then the short ball. It's Fessel, and Fessel's away under the posts. And that's what happens when you go down to 6 men in sevens. It's so hard to defend sideline to sideline. Jamaica hinted at going out wide, but then they got them with the sharp line.
Was a nice ball, the timing of the run, the timing of the pass, and he just bullies the Cook Island defence. And he loved that one. See the smile, the big dive, the south stand, you love it.
Conversion makes it. So Jamaica lead the Cook Islands at half-time here in Pool G by 14 points to 12.
Run the space. Don't be greedy with the ball. Get the ball outward. Get the ball outward. Let's increase. Yeah, just get the ball. Go forward all the time and get us a ball right
outside. So let's keep our depth and spread this team because they cannot deal with the pace or the width, okay?
Yeah. Great work.
One thing on the pitch, yeah? Let the ball go. Okay? You go wide, then we come to the middle. Let the ball go. Right. Right. Stop. Wait, you're going to pull it.
Welcome back. Jamaica leading the Cook Islands in Pool G by 14 points to 12. As is tradition here on Saturday morning in Hong Kong, the South Stand is absolutely jam-packed already. There it is in the distance. It is not for the faint-hearted at that end of the ground, I can tell you. They ain't faint-hearted in Pool G either. Jamaica and the Cook Islands having a really tight, tough match here. 2 tries apiece. 14-12. Both looking for their first win. Something's got to give. What's it going to be, Carlton Anna?
I think the Jamaican team overall have more speed on the outside, but it's the physicality of the Cook Islands which has been a real feature. They need to go there.
A couple of big hits from Samuela Leuta. Also this man, Patella too. He's a burly character, and they've got early possession, the Cook Islands, in this first half. There is that man, Leuta, carried up with a couple of massive hits and a try in that first half. Flung across now from Patella Tau. Looking for the offload here. Using the width well here, the Cook Islands. This is James Yopu Johnson up towards the halfway line. Smart start from the Cook Islands. Little inside step this time from Junior Napata. There he goes again with the basketball pass over the top. Now here's the opportunity they've been looking for. They've got some space on the left-hand side. It's that man Leuta again, causing a lot of problems for this Jamaican defence through the hands of Tau. Napata decides to hold on, finally finds his man. They need to get up off the floor here, the Cook Islands, and secure possession. They've done that. Bounce pass across, and it's a knock on, but they'll go back for the original infringement. They want to go quickly.
Some much needed reinforcements coming on for the Cook Island, looking very tired after that last set on attack.
Junior Kidia is out there in the 8 shirt for the Cook Islands. Look at that. Pass is completed. They are dominating this game in terms of possession.
Number 2.
Got to give it to the Jamaican defence, so being able to cover up, getting across the numbers, making their tackles where they need to. They've had a couple of turnovers as well from their big man right on screen. Fessel scored the try just before the half.
There are some big, strong young men here in this Hong Kong Sevens qualifying tournament. That's going out the same tunnel. They have to reset that.
The Jamaican defensive line out in the backs is very short, so they're gonna have to slide across. The Cook Islands are very wide, so to counter that, you need someone to either straighten on a short ball or use the late cuts to come and go against the grain.
More fresh legs for the Cooks. Mata Pakia has run on the field. He'll take a place in the midfield and centre for the Cook Islands. So fresh legs, hoping with this possession here they can make it paid, because the Jamaican defence looks like it might be tiring. Here's Stephen Willis, the Cook Islands captain. Mata Pakia, the fresh legs, but it's been ripped by Jamaica. So O'Shane Eadie. Nice double clutch there, and how's that for a hit coming in from Mata Pakia. And the offload and the runaway try for the Cook Islands. Teu Pirao will score it for the Cooks. But ladies and gents, this is all about the big bopper of a hit from Mata Pakia.
There was nothing wrong with it too. Just a good, strong tackle. Got him around the chest. I think it was Segri was the one. Here's the rip from Jamaica. It's a nice one by Rees. Gets it out the back door. They come across, and then the big defence. It's a good defensive plays from both teams. First the rip from Jamaica, and then the shot from the Cook Islands. Look at that, head down, shoulder down. Loses his balance, totally legal, gets the turnover, and they get the rewards. Look at that there, bounce straight onto attack after that defensive shot. Good sevens all around.
Offensive defence from the Cook Islands. Important moment in the game. They've gone ahead 19-14 here, 3 minutes to go. He'd just come on just before, hadn't he? Mata Pakia, as you say it. That's what your coach wants, doesn't he? He wants you to make an impact, and hey, A bigger impact than that.
Oh, I love a shot. I do, I really do. When it's done like that, when it's done properly, illegal. And he's got up too, Segra. He's a tough kid for Jamaica.
Got a feeling you might be seeing that one on the worldrugby.org website a little later today. Once the digital team clip it up. So here come Jamaica, down by 5 here. Oh, and that pass just going behind the back there of Samuel Caven. He's got to run back, and he's under huge pressure again. Stephen Willis, the Cook Islands captain, is up the ante here for Jamaica, for the Cook Islands, and Jamaica now are going to have to improvise and try and get out of their own red zone. Fessel, and here breaking away. Jamaica once more, they found a way through, and they've got some speedy, fresh legs here, and it's going to go all the way for them. It's a fine runaway for Jamaica. It's Joshua Christie. That ties up this ball game. That's just what they wanted under huge pressure in front of their own try line. They found a way out.
Yeah, Fessel was the one that got the nice run going, the number 5, the big man. I like the draw and pass. You don't always have to take it into contact. That's what I love about this Jamaican team. See, the hand goes up in the background. We got it, son.
Really important conversion coming up for Jamaica. And how's this for a toe poke? Look at that. That's like down the local park. He's made it. They're in front, Jamaica.
And that is a kick under pressure too. He's got
how you used to convert them, Carlton.
That would come straight off my shin. I would have shanked that. Eddie. Oh, step up, young man.
Eddie rolling back the years. Circa 1973. How's that for a take off the restart from Jamaica? A real purple patch for the Jamaicans here. They've got the ball out of the breakdown. Potential overlap. Just over a minute left here, leading the Cook Islands by 2 points. This is the final game of pool play in the men's qualifying competition for these two sides, looking for their first win. Fessel again, already with a try in this game, getting the go forward. Edie gets the offload. Can't quite get picked up off the floor. Oh, so close.
Oh, it was on too, though. He wanted it earlier. You see this, telling his players, look at this restart. Beautifully done, great balance. Look at the Cook Islands, used. But Eddie, I like this kid, he creates stuff. He backs himself. There goes the hand, that's game over. Just a little bit too low.
So, a chance for the Cook Islands. They will feed this scrum on their own 5-metre line. They're a long way from home. You can see the clock ticking down inside the final 30 seconds. It's all or nothing now for the Cook Islands. They've got to have a go. They've got to chance their arm. And bursting through they come. The Cook Islands finding the space, keeping the ball alive. What a finish here. Opening game on day 2 at the Hong Kong Sevens. And running away here is James Corner. He needs to find an offload. He's got it, has he? It's come off the knee. No advantage, Jamaica, says the referee. That was a knock-on. Well, the Cook Islands tried to go coast to coast. Couldn't come up with the final pass, and it's hands aloft for Jamaica. How pleased today, their first win here in 2 years at the Hong Kong Sevens. Didn't pick up a pool game win last year, but they've got one here in 2018. Congratulations to them. A fine game of Rugby Sevens to get us started here on day 2. Jamaica have beaten the Cook Islands by 21 points to 19.
What a match we've just seen, and the next one is between Ireland and Uruguay. 2 unbeaten sides and 2 teams very much in form. Uruguay well led by their inspirational captain Gabriel Puig, and as for Ireland, they don't look too far outside of their top try scorer yesterday in jersey number 9, Jimmy O'Brien. Also Terry Kennedy picked up 3 tries on day 1. Alongside me, former Canadian international Gareth Reiths. And Gareth, 4 minutes past 9 this morning, we were told the South Stand is full.
It is, and they're having some fun in there. They've been singing. That's the challenge. If you're having a big night last night in Hong Kong, Friday night, you need to get up early if you want to enjoy the South Stand. But this one's going to be all about on the field, because there's a lot on the line here in this qualifying tournament. Both these teams have eyes on a core status position for next season.
Uruguay to the right and the green of Ireland. And Irish eyes will be smiling at the way that they performed yesterday. 41-5 against the Cooks, 26-0 against Jamaica, just conceding the 1 try and scoring 67 points in 2 matches. Uruguay played in the last 2 tournaments in Vegas and Vancouver, and that experience has been monumental in their attitude and just the way that they've played and approached their games.
Yeah, they have. It's pretty heady times. They won the South American qualifier, and that experience playing with the big boys on the HSBC Sevens World Series will give them an edge. That pace, the lack of space, and they will be a bit more used to that now.
Well, look at that. Both unbeaten, and there's the points differential. Ireland having beaten Jamaica 22-5 and then 38-0 against the Cooks. Matthew Roden is the official for this match, the local from Hong Kong. Big occasion for him as well. And they would have loved the atmosphere that they ran into the stadium. As we're underway, Ireland with first possession. Kennedy takes it and they move it into the midfield. Just looking to get their hands on the ball and then into the contact. Good tackle made by Plotier. He's the player for Uruguay with the headgear on. First penalty of the game going to Ireland.
Well, Uruguay off their feet, not supporting their way to the breakdown. Ireland were very clinical yesterday, not only in attack but in defence, and they're very well drilled.
A great side, this young Irish side that have played in a number of tournaments outside of the HSBC Sevens World Series, and they've got some real confidence and they've got some skills. And they're still inside their own 22 as Keenan goes to work, breaks through a couple of tackles, and then has the sweep and a beat, ball on the inside. Ireland on the attack inside the Uruguay half. Keenan again gets involved. Turnover here, probably Ardeo goes in quickly, steals the ball and taps and wants to get on with it. Playing the game with real pace here. There's Uruguay, the kick option, not a great one because they've just given the ball back to Ireland and they go down the right-hand flank. Ardeo probably doing a little bit too much there. Need to just keep his composure, and Ireland now get the chance through Kennedy. See the way that they're prepared to go into the contact and then moving it across the field. The dummy from Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick through the gap. Now looking for some support. The pass is over the top to O'Donnell. But Ireland, inside the 22 goes Dadis. Good build up this. They got numbers here. Quick hands will do it. The contact from McNulty. Uruguay make the tackle. That's lost forward, so Ireland will get the advantage here if nothing comes from this. What a passage of play.
Yeah, real patience from the men in green. Just the one pass didn't go to Hammond. It looked like they were through. They kept the phases going and making these Uruguayans work hard in defense. This is where he slides right through the line, looking for his support, and then sees it on his left, and that one-hander just doesn't go to hand. Otherwise, it would have been first score for Ireland.
Yeah, O'Donnell, the man that was running down the centre of the field. If that pass had gone to hand, that could have been the first try of the match. These two sides will be involved in the quarterfinals. Gareth, obviously 2 wins out of 2, so now it's just a matter of where they seed and who they play. Ireland again looking to try and keep the legs pumping. Now they've got to release the player. Knees are on the ground. They go back to where they started it from the line out. McNulty, big and strong as McNulty brings in 2 defenders. One of them is the Uruguay captain. Now Keenan gets it out to Kennedy. Kennedy to O'Brien. Now they loop around. Wonderful defense coming in from Echeverri. Jersey number 5, the smaller man, but a little bit high.
Yeah, high tackle there. Ireland working the flanks there. But credit the Uruguayans in defense, bending and not breaking. Watch the man loop around right to the outside, lays this ball into space, out the back door. But enough Uruguayan defenders there just to tackle a little high over the shoulder.
Yeah, it's a seatbelt, isn't it? 28 passes Ireland. Uruguay are yet to pass the ball to a teammate.
You mentioned both these sides very much eyeing that qualifier.
Here they go, Ireland on the attack. McNulty to the line, 10 short, options left and right. Penalty again, 30 passes, and the double blast means someone's going to the bin. And it's the captain. Well, they've been doing all the defending. Uruguay have made 18 tackles. Ireland haven't touched a blue shirt in 3.5 minutes. Now they're on the attack. 7-on-6 inside the red zone. Ireland looking to get some points for the domination they've had. Big wide pass out to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick over!
And a salute to the South Stand. Finally, with Uruguay one short, the Irish found that space on the outside. Ian Fitzpatrick, relatively simple, 2 wide and flat passes. Too much ground for the men in blue to cover.
Took on Alonso on the outside, step in. And the Emerald Green score their first try. They have dominated all the stats in front of us. And they finally get some reward. Mark Roach, difficult conversion. 3 meters and from the sideline. There is the Irish flag. Let's see if Uruguay can do something. Gareth, they haven't touched, well, they did get the penalty, and then Ardeo kicked it away, so they haven't even passed the ball to a teammate.
Yeah, they'll be tired. They have some heavy legs. 5 minutes in already of this first half.
Great high kick. And coming forward is Pritchard. He is some player. Seen a fair bit of him over the last couple of tournaments, and now they just need to keep some composure here, Uruguay. This is Alonso. Alonso's quick. Alonso's very quick. For the corner, won't get there. Great cover tackle coming in from Mark Roach, showed him the sideline.
Well, the experience of Mark Roach there. It looked like he'd give him the corner initially. You don't see this so often in the modern game when the speedster just pinches his back, didn't even break stride, but Roach had him judged to perfection, got him a yard short of the line and knocks him into touch.
He's only 21 years old, but he'll learn to put the ball in the other hand so he can actually fend with the hand that's closer to the defender. McNulty gets it. They go on the attack again. Fitzpatrick now a little wider, looking to get the express pace of Kennedy. Pulled down by O'Brien. O'Brien's gone. O'Brien will finish it. Sensational. Coast to coast. Ireland double their accounts.
Jimmy O'Brien, one of this slew of young Irish players who have taken to the sevens game. He looks like an Irish Sereri out there. He bobbles the ball. The inside pass here, bobbles it, regathers, and watch the show. Out the back door, the dummy, and that catches Santiago Arata and opens up the gap. Second strike for Ireland.
The sin bin has been a costly exercise for Uruguay. They went down to 6 players, and in that time they have conceded 12 points. What a performance from Ireland. They certainly are a form team in this qualifying competition, and they would not look out of place as a core status team.
No, and they're very focused. They're talking about 6 wins. That's what Hong Kong's about for them. Friday night, Saturday, and the big day Sunday. Who's going to claim that last spot on the HSBC Sevens World Series?
Mark Roach puts it nice and high. Uruguay back to 7 players, and there's the man that was in the bin. Gabriel Puig places the ball. McNulty tries to get his hands on it. Uruguay, can they score before the break? They've certainly got the quality of players. And that pass just a little bit behind at the shoulder of Arata. Drifted forward, and the referee says that's half-time. 2 tries in the last 60 seconds. He gives Ireland a lead of 12 points to 0.
un poquito. Vamos, vení. El partido está ahí. No tenemos que cometer errores. ¿Ah? La defensa de hoy, Diego, fue muy larga para poder superar rápido. Tranquilo, vos. Tomemos buenas decisiones. Tomemos buenas decisiones. No, a no cometer errores. Una amarilla terrible acá en este partido.
I continue to give away penalties, so we control the tempo of the game. If we want a quick tap, because it's on, we do it, all right? We need to slow it down and use our 30 seconds to do that as well. Good talk around that earlier. Defensively, boys, I want us to get our shit together. Yeah. Okay? We've got to look after the ruck first, and then we've got to work hard to get spacing. I want us to take line speed off them. Okay? Get up in their face, the line and the time and space. All right? Talk from the outside on that as well. Okay? Let's nominate who we've got, get up, and then we work hard from the inside and get up and get to the side shoulders.
We've had a couple of jams. We can just let them go away. We have to fucking speed. Go for jam and puts us under pressure, yeah?
Let's go, boys. Up kick off, okay?
What do you reckon, Willie?
I'm speechless.
I didn't think unicorns existed.
They support the Irish. Plenty of colour, plenty of excitement, plenty of class here in Hong Kong in 2018. Second half gets underway. Nice high kick and a challenge in the battle at possession. So important here. And Roach, started it with the kickoff, retrieves it. McNulty in at halfback, and there's Fitzpatrick, who scored one of the tries in the first 7 minutes. Nice and slow build up here. Keenan gets it one wider, and now John O'Donnell brings in two defenders, places the ball there. Ireland playing with so much composure. Fitzpatrick puts on the afterburners, gives it to O'Brien. That ball goes backwards. That's Kennedy, Terry Kennedy. 3 tries yesterday. He's got some pace, as Kennedy. So is Hugo Kennan. Not Howard gets up. There's all the rights to go forward again. Plotier tries to steal it, but he can't get his hands on the ball. And it's just a matter of keep ball for Ireland, and the rewards will come. Into the 22 they go. Penalty advantage here for Varo. Not coming through the gate, and Ireland want to get on with it, looking for their 3rd try. And that's class. Absolute class from Terry Kennedy. Caught them napping.
Well, he's got a nose for the line. It's his 4th time this weekend. There was very little on there, but after the penalty, he just saw the Uruguayans slow to react. Quick tap, heads up. Good play from him, but there's a frustration in this Uruguayan side. That's because of what you noted, Willie. The Irish keeping the ball, causing them to defend for phase after phase. And it's not comfortable. And right now, it's all Ireland. Well, that says it all, doesn't it? Total domination of possession.
Look at the tackles as well. Uruguay made 31 to Ireland's 3.
That's no fun. It's fun in the South Stand. It's not fun on the main pitch making that many tackles.
Again, the contest in the air this occasion has just drifted forward off the hands of Hugo Keenan. Well, there's the Irish coach, Anthony Eadie. Little smile, you don't see that too often from the coaches, but when you're up 17-0 with 4.5 to play.
Less of a smile over there with Luis Achao. So they did incredibly well to come out of South America. Uruguayan rugby in very good health, actually already qualified for the 15s World Cup. They'll be heading to San Francisco for the 7s Rugby World Cup in July.
Yeah, well, they'll have to lick their wounds pretty quickly and look to move on to the quarterfinals, because they'll definitely be one of the sides there. Garcia into the contact, and little mistakes like that have been a real problem for the Uruguay team. And now Bolakun Comes on the field wearing jersey number 12 for Ireland. And here goes McNulty. Such a no-nonsense sort of player. Just puts his head down, does his core jobs. More tackles have to be made by Uruguay, and another penalty, no clear release. Everything going the way of the Irish at the moment. O'Donnell throws the dummy. Gets hit hard, but holds on to the ball. To the right they go. Fitzpatrick gets it one wider, and this is Keenan. Keenan out to Bolakoon. Big and strong, the offload there. Off the hand of the Uruguay player, and stumbling and eventually getting over the line for the 4th try for Ireland. Hugo Keenan gets it done.
Good awareness from Keenan, but Robert Bolakoon's come off to the bench. He's had 2 touches, looks very good on his feet. He's the one that created this. Goes out wide, look at him, nothing on, he steps through 2 defenders. Beautiful footwork. And that one was actually knocked back by Uruguay. That was the hesitation.
It's a good lesson for young boys and girls watching, is stay in support, isn't it? Keenan, after offloading the ball, just stayed in the fight. He always played the referee's whistle. And that's great officiating from the local ref. $22-0, it's comprehensive.
Keeping that right arm free. Great refereeing, well done, Matthew Rodden. So Ireland very much in control here, can manage their resources a little bit. They're going to lead Pool G.
Well, they have answered Ireland's call today. Early days in the competition, but what a performance. And McNulty deserves the try. Absolutely stunning from the hard-working lock and 15s. 6.6 for the dive.
Well, talk about anticipation. This high-hanging ball, he reacted to the tap back and he took it at pace. Watch this. It's just out of your shot, and watch. He's going to take the half bounce. Boom! Hit it at pace. There's no way Uruguay can react in time. The man with the ponytail is going to have a nice moment. Full flight. It's like to readjust it. Such a big dive there.
He has worked both on attack and defense. Quality individual, quality player. 5 tries to zip, 64 passes to 6. That is incredible.
And that's been the story, really. Uruguay not able to put any pressure. But credit the Irish defense. Their line speed has been exceptional in this qualifying tournament so far.
The ball's gone forward. Haven't made too many mistakes, the Irish. But Uruguay now will get a chance, and they have qualified for the quarterfinals. We've mentioned that, Gareth, but they want to get some confidence, and also they want to get off the donut.
Yeah, absolutely no momentum coming out of this game, but that second place finish here will keep them playing later on today, and hopefully for them into tomorrow.
Well, they can't get their scrum going right, but Ireland stack up the left-hand side, get the ball into the hands of Mollen. He's just come onto the field in jersey number 11, as has Connors in jersey 4. Good lineup, good shape to it. McNulty through the gap. Now they fly in to free the ball. Overrun by Connors. It's still in possession, and this is Brian Mollen looking to make an impact from the bench. A pick and go, and then out to the right. Players offside, and as easy as you like. Shane Daly will score a try. They've got a few problems. A few players having a game of their own, but the referees now going over to see a couple of handbags being thrown.
Yeah, just a little push and shoving in the clean out at the ruck. Not maybe the frustration coming through from the Uruguayans. Have a look at Ardeo if he's at the heart of this. There's the ruck, and just a little bit of an extra clean out. A really good step.
Six, come here.
He flipped it over the boards, having a bit of fun, but he realized he had to get that ball back. And a little warning for Diego Ardeo.
In the spirit of the game, you see them shaking hands, competitive to the 14th minute. Just some frustration there from Uruguay. They couldn't get their hands on the ball, and this is a professional performance from this Irish team in their first match on day 2. Cream on the top. for Ireland, 6 tries to 0, and they have thrashed Uruguay in their 3rd match of the competition. 36 points to 0.
We are rocking and rolling already on day 2 of the HSBC Cathay Pacific Hong Kong Sevens. The South Stand jam-packed from minute 1 this morning. It's full, she's chockers, and everyone is having the time of their life. We hope you're enjoying our coverage as well from the island. Morning session today is all about the qualifiers doing their thing. And some of the dress-ups, well, they are just the best. Next up on the qualifying side of things, it's Chile up against Georgia. Chile mixing the results on day 1, going down to Uganda and then beating Japan, whilst Georgia, well, they're still chasing their maiden win of the weekend. Rangier, excellent for Chile yesterday, so too Euros, and the flyer Benjamin Davic showcased his class across the day as well. So they'll come into this one as favourites, will Chile, and a win here can set them up with some quarter-final action a little later tonight. So these guys will do their thing this morning and then return around about 6 p.m. local tonight, and that's how we'll close out day 2. There's really no limit to the different types of dress-ups we've got here. And as I said, they queue up from around about 7 a.m. local for a chance to watch these guys do their thing, and a rip and tear up in the stands. There's a look at the Georgian outfit. Joining me for the call is a good morning to Scottish Sevens legend, Mr. Mark Robertson, and we saw these guys deliver some sparkling moments yesterday.
Yeah, they're sharp, Chile. They've been on the, they've been on the horizon for a decent period of time now, and they've got some exciting players. They'll expect a lot of themselves this weekend, so they'll want to get off to a good start on day 2.
So it's an all-important win that they need to try and jag here. Chile, Nori Hashimoto, our referee, the man in charge. It's hard to line up who Chile may face in the qualifying quarterfinals. There's still a few games to come, so 12 teams will reduce to 8. We saw China qualify for core status yesterday on the women's side of things, so congratulations to the Chinese. They were unbeaten across 2 days of play. Right now, though, it is the men doing their thing, and Torre Alba goes right up the middle. It's slapped back nicely from Chile, and they'll get first swing with ball in hand. Chile. First Che. Over it comes to Silva. Silva. Put down well there by Sishnava. Torre Alba. Torre Alba. Lovely line from the outside to the in. Fernandez. It's a fine finish.
What a finish by that young man, Fernandez. Again, we've seen it over the course of the weekend. That line from out to in, it's so difficult as a defender, because a defender, you're looking in towards the contact, towards the ruck. He comes from nowhere, but he also has the footwork to get round him and finish. Lovely, lovely finish with that one-hand dot.
He's a playmaker, Torre Alba, looking to knock over the extra 2 for his side. It's hit nice, a little power fade left to right's good. And the extra 2 go on the board, 7-zip, favour of Chile.
Listen, I do like the look of this Chile outfit. They play with structure. They're really quick to the breakdowns, not giving Georgia a chance to actually get hands on ball. You see at the kickoff as well, the structure around about the kickoffs, it gives themselves the best chance to win that bouncing ball.
You can hear that cheer around the stadium as well. Just a stadium announcement reinforcing what we had mentioned earlier. South Stand all full and giving their voice to this clash between Georgia and Chile in the qualifying side of things. Chile tidy up nicely there. Verche is a try scorer. Fernandez switches and now they steer back to the open side. Look for Uroz here. The dummy switch from Brungier now lays it off to Silva. Silva holds his feet beautifully and they're away for their second.
Yeah, too much clash there. Brungier, the captain, you know, he's been around a long time, but he is probably their X factor. He's the man with the vision. He's got a bit of size about him. He's a big man, 6 foot plus, be 15 stone, and he's got pace and skills to match as well. It's him that created that try, and presence of mind there to show the little cheeky dummy and get round closer for this kick as well.
As a Chilean boss, Edmundo Olfos, more than happy with the way his side are going about their work early on. The conversion this time around is off to the right. The sole Chilean supporter on the far side of the ground is all smiles also.
Okay, time off please. Conversation. Like Chile.
Just getting a look there at the work that Georgia have had to do in defence.
Time off call please.
Just the 2 tackles required thus far from Chile. So Alba gets the weight just right on the restart, and here they come again, the man in the red, white and blue, Silva. Buries his head into the defence, and high tackle is a call against Georgia. Torrealba comes on out of the fly. Davitz trying to get to the outside. He's collared in a great cover ring tackle from Georgia. Now they hustle and hassle back. The little grubber across the park is terrific, though, from Chile as they keep it alive here. There's Fernandez out the back. They're happy just to pass via the boot for the moment. Davitz. In goes Verche, Uroz. Fernandez across for Silva. Silva beats one and now links with Brungier, the captain. The captain up towards the 22. Great continuity this from Chile. Uroz over for Davitz. Traps it with the foot. Torrealba for Uroz. Uroz dummies. More penalty advantage here. Torrealba with Davitz. Torrealba takes 2 to put him down. Out the back it goes, and we'll come back for the little bobble there from the Georgians.
There's some messy play there. Chile taking foot to ball. I think that showing that South American flair from themselves, and you know this pitch has been graced by a fair few South American greats. Roberto Carlos here with Real Madrid. It's seen some brilliant football games, and I think the Chile team taking a little bit of inspiration from their South American counterparts.
Approach.
Torrealba to feed the scrum.
Set.
Swings it to Uroz. Uroz slides across the park. Back for Torrealba. Good reading defence from Georgia as they come up and make the hit here and drive the Chileans back.
Yep.
Uroz, Torrealba. Brungier here. Brungier holds it up for Fernandez. Fernandez with Silva on his tail. Fernandez bounces out of the first up tackle from Urin. Alba with room to do his thing. He sends it long across to De Wits. De Wits cuts in field, slaps down another, and it's 17-0 in favour of Chile.
Yeah, De Wits, the beneficiary of that wide pattern that Chile have been playing. So difficult for Georgia because this Chile team are just managing to keep a hold of the ball. We'll see, they've got the likes of Brange one phase earlier. He managed to take the ball right to the line. Gets tackled by that Georgian player, but what it does is that creates separation in the defensive line and it creates opportunity for that next ball carrier. If you're going to leave your feet as a defender, you have to make sure you get ball as well, because you can't afford to have men on the ground when there's only 7 players in the park. You need 7 men on feet as often as possible.
When you speak about the domination in terms of ball in hand, Chile have strung 29 passes together, Georgia just 2. And that's why we have a scoreline that reads 17-0 to the Chileans. Up the middle, Verche goes on the chase. It's boarding well, and finally Georgia get their hands on the spud. You're in, up towards halfway. Not a whole lot doing as Euros goes low. Silva over the top, chasing the turnover, and he wins it too.
Yeah, Georgia, they need to get into some consistent passing, because at the moment they're doing one pass rugby, and that's the easiest rugby to defend because all the defenders are round about that breakdown. They need to move the ball into space.
Alba knocks that one in a touch and brings an end to the first 7 minutes of play. At half-time, it is Chile doing it nicely.
See the technique there from the Georgian coach Lejava, by taking a knee when there's so much going on round about the stadium. If he stands up, eyes are going all over the place with his players. By taking a knee, it puts him as the point of focus and all eyes are down towards him. It's a really good technique by the coach to get the attention of his players, especially when he needs to give them 2 or 3 pivotal points.
It must be hard. It must be hard keeping your head in the game when this is going on around the stadium. You've done it here countless times, Robbo. It must be near impossible. You got the average Joes from dodgeball in the house, Cool Runnings gang, and a nun.
Yeah, it's wild. And I'm not going to lie, as a player, it's very hard not to let your eyes wander.
How good does that look? South Stand, we've just ticked past 10 a.m. local, and we're already cranking Oasis's Wonderwall around the stadium. Got to stay hydrated, Robbo. Got to stay hydrated. Georgia get us off and going again in the second half, and they are down by 17 against the Chilean side, who are looking particularly good here on day 2. They almost get through via Fernandez. Fernandez chasing his second. Rodrigo in front of the south stand.
Mirror image line from that first try that he scored in the first half. Difference here is it's now 60 or 70 metres out, and he shows the footwork and the pace to burn away from those chasing defenders. Once again, he scores also in front of the south stand. What a feeling, what a buzz.
Chip shot from in front is good off the boot of Torrealba. 22 plays 0.
Yeah, you can just see his ability to step at pace, which is very difficult. To have that sort of pace and momentum and move laterally is very, very difficult. So he maintained his pace and managed to burn away from the defenders. Great skill.
So 9 missed tackles from the Georgians, and they've been made to pay each time, Mark Robertson.
Yeah, just all down to possession. You know, Chile have had so much of the ball. It's just so much more tiring when you're having to defend as opposed to having the ball in hand.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Urin pops it in. Gogoladze. Finally, Georgia finds some room to move. Good carry from Gogoladze. Radishvili to Spandarashvili. Spandarashvili connects well back in field, but there was a big shot landed from the Chileans. And now Urin. They're an enormous side, this Georgia outfit. And there goes the captain, Shubritse. Chasing their first points in this one. Georgia, they'll be playing on the ground against Brangier. You can take your pick at the penalties. You can throw it. Chile on that occasion. They're in. Finally they go through, and it's Meshtishvili with the 5.
Yeah, good to see them on the scoreboard, but it's frustrating to watch because phases earlier they moved the ball to the left and they got a lot of success, you know, it created space, but then they're so attracted to the physical side of the game, that confrontational side of the game, and that's when they go back to those one-up runners. And as defenders, that is what you want. You don't want to be chasing space and having to move to space. You want guys to run straight into you. It gives you more opportunities with the ball and ground to be getting turnovers.
In steps Gogoladze, looking for the conversion. No good, and the margin now just 19. Georgia go a touch deep with a restart, and it's easy pickings there for Valajos. Blanc clears it well in contact, but it was knocked on by Meduate. Here's the try score. Meshtishvili. Shubritse. Now the switch to Urin. Chile get an excellent shot on the ball at the breakdown, and they force a penalty.
Yeah, great turnover. And he managed to resist that first attempt at the clear out. So he's got a strong base, he's got his shoulders low, he's not giving that attacker a big target to hit. And if you could manage to stay on your feet after that first hit, the referee will reward you with that penalty.
Brangier. Torrealba. looking for runners. They get their set piece working. Now it's with Medoate. Medoate ducks under one. Nice long ball placement from Medoate. Enables a quick recycle there for Brangier. Torrealba looking to reconnect there with his captain, Brangier. Westcott. Over to Valajos. Excellent phase play from Chile. Now the kick ahead, looking for the bounce, getting it and putting it down. Lucas Westcott. That is an absolute ripper.
Yeah, silky skills from Lucas Westcott. One thing here, watch, as he takes it into contact, the presentation is long, it's brilliant, takes opportunity away. But again, the vision, the awareness and the execution of that kick, fantastic finish. You'll not see many better chips and chases over the course of the weekend under pressure.
Who's impressed you most in terms of the qualifying teams that we've seen developing yesterday and again this morning? Mark Robertson.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you know, this competition is really hotting up now. The one team though that have stood out for me the most is the Irish. You know, they've got such balance. They've got Roach as their ball player. They've got McNulty who's winning kickoffs for fun, and then they've got Pace and Kennedy as well. You know, they look dangerous over the course. But Chile, you know, they're hotting up as well. They're just improving each game.
Germany coming up a little later this morning as well. Uganda have also been terrific. Georgia out the back of the hand and out the back door and creating some space now. The pass was spot on. And here is Spandarashvili. Spandarashvili trying to buy some time and buys enough time to get laid out by Versche. The full-time hooter sounds at the Hong Kong Stadium. With Georgia with the last play of the game. Cheshvili over the park to Sishinaba, and it's going to fall back into the arms there of Lucas Westcott, who scored the try of the game, and he says that'll do us. Chile finished their pool play with 2 wins and the 1 loss. They will figure in the qualifying quarterfinals a little later tonight. Too good here against Georgia. Full time, 29 points to 5.
Final match in Pool E sees Japan up against Uganda. Japan, well, they won one, lost one on the opening day and have work to do if they had to climb back onto the world stage next year. Opened with a 26-10 win over Georgia, but trailed Chile all the way before going down by 19-10. Uganda, well, they can look back on 2 wins over Chile and Georgia on day 1, with Philip Wakarash leading the try-scoring effort with an impressive tally, including a hat-trick against Georgia. This one, Rob Bickerman, could well be the survival of the fittest, because we've got 2 fit sides here in Japan and Uganda. And Uganda last year certainly were very disappointed when they went out in the quarterfinals. And Japan, of course, well, they have been on the world stage and they're desperate to get back up there.
They are indeed winning. Japan, one of these teams who are relentless in their pursuit of perfection. Their passing is their fundamental. However, this is going to be a very vivacious Ugandan team. They do not stop trying, and certainly that man you mentioned, Wakarash, with a cult following back home, is a man who's going to entertain this rocking South Stand.
Yeah, keep an eye out for the Ugandan number 5, Philip Wakarash. The Ugandans led by his brother wearing 6, and the headgear there, that's Michael Okarash. And if this side went through as winners of the Hong Kong qualifiers. Well, it would be life-changing for the Ugandan side, known as the Cranes. Referee taking charge of this match from Australia, that's Jordan Way. So a bit of a spittle on the hands as we get ready for work on the second day of competition here, looking to progress to the latter stages of the competition. It'll be Uganda to kick off, hoisting it high and dropping it hopefully on the 10-meter line or beyond. Advantage Japan. The ball didn't travel the 10 meters, so let's see what Japan can do with the early possession here. Firm favourites over the years, and the initial breakthrough comes from their number 5, Kameli Suejima, one of 3 Fijian-born players in this Japan side. 34 years of age now, Suejima. Yone Naikambula. Dayozawa, the captain, floats it out to Katsuyuki Sakai. Right out on the far side is Jose Seru. Big and strong. Gets no change from the Ugandan defence. Good recycling. Looking for the gap. That's Siosifa Lisala. One more pass might well do it. A great cover defence from Uganda here. And Japan will have to spread it wide again. A dog-leg defence from Uganda. Strong drive there from Siosifa Lisala. And the try has come. The opening score for Japan, just what they needed. A confidence booster right at the top of this match, and it's claimed by Kazuhiro Goya, his second try this weekend.
Well, a couple of big names in this Japanese team, many familiar with. This is one of them, Suejima, defying his age, looking pretty youthful, flying down, attacks the defender, back at him, bounces off to set up the next phase of play. And as the passes continue, as they always seem to do in this Japanese team, it comes down to another effervescent player, Sakai, trying to probe, get him behind. Once this line break happens, shifted back out to a man that never stops trying. Lisala throws it on the inside, and Goya's there on his shoulder.
10 seconds.
So Japan kick long from the restart, and finally Uganda get the ball in their hands, but that try all came about from that misdirected kick-off. Uganda lean and mean. That's Lawrence Sebuliba, number 7. Little hitch kick there from Solomon Nokia. An electric attacking force. And quick recycling and the distribution. Nokia just showing the ball in the tackle. Big strong tackle coming in from Seru. They'll have to come back.
Yeah, Dean there, Seru's hand, his right hand there hit the ball, and it is a lengthy arm to say the least. He's a big man, Seru, brought into this Japanese team. And this is where it comes from. 2 really wide shift passes, and their referee deeming that it was slapped down unintentionally by Seru.
Well, Japan stunned the world with a 14-12 win over New Zealand in the opening game of the Rio Olympics, as rugby returned to the highest stage for the first time in 92 years. Knocked out France in the quarterfinals, headed into final days still looking for a medal. So Uganda still camped in their own half, as they have been there for the 3 minutes 40 seconds or so of this opening half. This looks promising from Okia. Now then, he's got support from Offerot. Slowly offload to Pius Ojina. Now this guy's got gas, and away he goes. He won't be caught. That's Sebuliba. And Uganda have their opening try. Good work from inside their own 22. A 4th try for Sebuliba in his career.
And this is classic Uganda. individuals with great skill sets, good footwork. First of all, Kia getting in behind, beating sweepers for fun. Goya nowhere near him, supporting the inside again, recycling the ball, and they have got threats all across the pitch. Agina shifted out one. If it's not Wakarash, it's Okarash. This time Sisibulia runs it in.
So this kick to tie it up. Look for the flag. Stays down. And a good effort from Uganda. We've not seen them on the Sevens circuit since Cape Town in December of last year, but they appear to have matured both technically and in experience since they defeated Russia in Dubai and indeed in Cape Town. So they have what it takes. Referee Way happy that the ball went backwards. And it's this man, Lisala, once again the man who lit up the Asian series last season. I seem to recall he was an impact player. He was awarded the prize for the impact player in Paris last year as well.
And this is exactly why Wynn's so good with ball in hand there, looking for that offload, accruing a few more points perhaps on the charts, but he's a really energetic player. When you have people like that in your team, you've just got to stay in their slipstream. You know they're going to create waves and enjoy the surf behind them.
So Uganda with 2 wins to their credit already, and look set to progress to the latter stages of this competition. Oh, good step from Wakarash. Gets away from the Japanese defense. Brilliant work from Philip Wakarash, who, as you say, Rob Wickerman, is a firm favourite back home. And that's why. His 5th try this weekend.
And it's not just his rugby that entertains, his celebrations also adept. The in, the out, getting around the outside. Lasala, trust me, is no slouch. Wakarash dismisses him, even spins round at the end goal and then gives it the big celebration. I mean, this guy's highlight reel is something to behold. If it's not his chip and chase, relentless pursuit, it's his athletic ability, ball in hand, and then most certainly how much he enjoys his rugby.
Well, if Uganda do make it on to the World Rugby Sevens series as a core team next year, this young man will become a favourite, that's for sure. Remember the name, Philip Wakarash. So Uganda steal a march on Japan just as the siren goes. They'll get a penalty. Now then, what a time to score if they could get a 3rd try here.
Well, it's an incredible restart to give them that chance of Wakarash claiming the ball back now. Split field penalty as they look to use their adept playmakers and big power runners. You've got to be looking for Okarash or Wakarash for sure.
The run around from Offerwatt. Again, a hint of a gap opens up for Uganda, pushing Japan backwards towards their own try line. Wakarash, the try scorer, to Ojena. He's got support from the captain. That's the way to go. Seboliba just can't get that pass back inside. And Japan somehow have saved the day. As we approach, as we go into the huddle at half-time then. Wow, what a let-off for Japan.
Again, Sesibilia tries to get around the outside, does beat one. Speculative though on the inside, slacked back by the Japanese player. If indeed Okarash could have got that down, it would have been a score, but the frantic defence kept Japan safe.
So we've arrived at the break. Japan trail Uganda by 2 tries to 1, 10-7. On the Japanese Seven squad. Here's Tola Donyango, Ugandan coach.
Set up, come back outside.
8 of this 12-man squad were in Hong Kong last year. And they certainly want to bury the painful memories of 12 months ago. They got out of the blocks early with a 9-0 to win over Tonga. Japan, despite their success at the Olympic Games where they finished 4th, disappointed on the World Rugby Sevens series circuit. Great support for all the teams here as ever in Hong Kong, and the South Stand, well, it's buzzing already, and it's approaching 10:30 a.m. in the morning here, and the stand is officially closed. We don't dare leave the South Stand. This is why it's one of, if not the most popular stop on the Sevens circuit. We're underway. The second half with a cleanly taken restart by Solomon Okia for Uganda. They lead Japan by 3 points and 10 points to 7. Scrap for possession on the floors. Uganda, lovely step from Ivan Magomo, one of the newcomers in this Ugandan side in the last 12 months. Sets it back nicely, neatly for Michael Walker-Ash, the captain. Change of direction, finding Pius Ojina, one of a handful of players from the Buffaloes club in Kampala, the capital. On the 10-meter line, good counter-rucking from Japan. Suejima has got hands on the ball, quickly taken here by Katsuyuki Sakai. Has to go wide. Lily Damu just about managed to hold on to the pass. Lovely work by Seru, the number 3. Japan, they have men over here. If they can work the ball out wide quickly, and they do. Ozawa, one more pass, should do it. Big hit coming in. Didn't stop the big man. That's Jone Naikambula from crossing. Japan think they've scored.
But one thing's for sure, is some collision. Look at that shot. Fair to say that's down there when Nakambula keeping his arm close, as the reverberations of a Guinness hit fell around the stadium and indeed Hong Kong.
The referee's assistant was right on the spot. He kept his flag down. I don't think there's any doubt. Or is there? No, there's not. Great work by Japan. They reclaim the lead with a conversion to come. Jone Naikambula, his first try of the weekend.
And let's enjoy this hit again. Always like this, you run back at the last man to try and bounce him. You don't expect to get a shot like that on the left shoulder, but Naikambula rides it, stays in field all importantly, and whacks it down with inches to spare.
Conversion is pushed wide. Well, then Japan have the edge here. Watch this tackle again, coming in, boom. Naikambula did well to get the ball down. Made his debut here in Hong Kong 12 months ago, did Naikambula. Japan certainly full of running. That a breakdown in communication has given the ball back to the Ugandans. Concerned, Damien Corona looks on. Stolen by Japan now then. Got a little space here in which to run at the opposition. Naikambula. Ball travels faster than the man every time. Seru, long striding Jose Seru gets away from the first man. Now then, where's the support? It's there if he needs it from the captain, Daiozawa. The penalty will do. It's all Japan at the moment then. Kameli Suejima. Hint of a gap opens up for Kazuhiro Goya. And that's a Big hit again, but no arms in the tackle. Now then, Uganda down to 6 men.
And lost their main man, Wakarashi. Spots this a mile away. He comes running in, sees the short ball option, and that is some hit, but as the referee indicated, no arms around the tackle.
And that's winded the Japanese player, Kazuhiro Goya. He may have done some damage as well. And they've sent on a replacement immediately. Kozuke Hashino wears 10. Despondent Philip Wakarash in the sin bin. How costly might that be? 2 minutes.
Especially against a team like Japan, so adept at passing the ball out wide. They're going to stretch this Ugandan defence with 6 men. That's difficult near your try line.
So Katsuyuki Sakai on the ball. Options left and right here. Just holding up and standing up the Ugandan defence there was the replacement Hashino. Solid defending by Uganda.
That is outstanding defence win, but it's also terrible attack. You do not want to be going anywhere near a touchline when you've got the one-man advantage. We've seen already Nakambula trying to bounce back on the inside, but that is Sesambula doing some seriously hard work for his team.
So over the top it goes. It's a poorly directed line-out throw claimed by Seru, and out it comes to Lilidamu, little hitch kick, and away and over he goes. A well-taken try by Japan, but it all stemmed again from that misdirected throw-in at the line-outs by Uganda.
Turn over the ball, the line-out. You're set for attack, you're not prepared for defence, which is why the Ugandan defence so far away. He gave the hitch kick. Lilidamu didn't need to, he knew he was going to glide in the corner. No cover defence could stop anyone, yet alone someone with Fijian heritage trying to get to the Hong Kong try line.
And once again, within that 30-second window frame, the conversion is missed. Uganda, well, they missed a few tackles, haven't they? Twice as many as Japan. And looking good here for a second win of the weekend. Just a one score in it, and the Wakara should be back in a few seconds. Next time Blay stops, should be back. Claimed in the air by Suejima once again. Oh, that's good work by Uganda and by Michael Wakarash. But unlucky for him, just fell into touch. His brother is back on.
So lucky, because if he didn't catch that ball, it would have been a yellow card. He had 2 bites at it, managed to reclaim it, ran into touch, but at least it means, as you mentioned, his brother's back on. They're back to their complement of 7, and my word, they need him.
A minute and a half to go then. That's how Pool E looks at the moment. Chile on 7. Points difference favours Uganda. They get a more favourable draw, of course, in the quarterfinals if they could win this one. They need a converted try to draw level. The clock is their worst enemy at the moment, and giving away too many penalties.
Well, that was very lucky there, referee Jordan Way saying the ball was tapped. That was technically open play. Slight, perhaps, misunderstanding communication there, but that is lucky.
So Japan kick can find a touch and running down the clock. So if it finishes like this, then Uganda will be 3rd in the pool, Japan 2nd, and Chile out on top. Looking to lose 4 teams after the pool stage. It's a case of counting fingers and mathematics as to who plays who. Japan pressing forward, very little time remaining, a little kick across field. Excellent work there by Japan. The ball is claimed by Lisala, and that seals it for Japan. Smiles all round.
And when you've got a passing game, you try and shut it down. Wide open space. Ashina puts it on the toe. What a kick, reminiscent of watching Real Madrid here. Figo picking out his players out wide, little dab on it. Spacing behind Lasala, so good on the end of these plays. He scores it and finishes it. Big smiles all round.
And that smile says it all, doesn't it? Japan are still in the hunt for a place back on the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series next year. They've defeated Uganda here, one of the favourites for sure, by 24 points to 10.
Game 17 from Pool F. It's Hong Kong against Zimbabwe. And this is must win for Hong Kong. They lost their opening 2 games in this pool. 14-12 to Germany, 22-21 to Papua New Guinea. So they've been right in everything, the host nation here at the Hong Kong Sevens. But they haven't got the W yet. But they do have great support. Zimbabwe in their bright green strip run out here onto the SOCOM Post Stadium to play the hosts, Hong Kong. Zimbabwe beat Papua New Guinea 17-10, bit of an upset that yesterday, and then lost to Germany 27-7. But this game's going to have a real impact on who reaches the last 8 of this competition. Hong Kong, who played in qualifying finals here before on home turf, need a win to qualify. Alongside me, former New Zealand Sevens captain Carl Tanana. Carl, lots of pressure on the home team here.
Oh, most definitely, Rupert. It's good to see that Jamie Hood is back in the starting lineup. All the experience, James Dolman, another experienced man in charge of the whistle for this one. This is where you find out what you're made of. Games like these, Rupert, can you stand up and deliver when it's needed? Rimene was outstanding on day 1 for Hong Kong.
Yeah, he's their captain, Ben Rimene. There's the state of the pool. As you can see, Hong Kong right at the foot of that table right now. But a win here will put them through to the last 8. The final round in Pool F. Zimbabwe get us underway. They kick long. They're a Sevens nation in development right now, Zimbabwe, having lost several of their seasoned pros in recent times, but they started their campaign yesterday with a good win, and here's a good breakout here from Hong Kong. Just holding on to it is Jack Neville. Good hands from him, the offload from Yu Kam Shing. Yu Kam Shing at scrum half. Shifts it across there to Chris Mays. Kane Bukout back to Mays. This is a lively start from Hong Kong here. This place will be jumping if they can get a win here early on day 2 and put themselves in the knockout matches tomorrow. Jack Neville now. He decides to kick, but under pressure, that one's gone out on the full.
This is what really stung them yesterday, just decisions like that. You don't need that kick by Jack Neville. It was never on, it was way overcooked. He had a man on the outside. That'll be frustrating for Coach Paul John. After all that good work, good build-up, and to end it like that, no wonder the body language is not good.
Yeah, Paul John, former Wales Sevens coach, of course, took over from Gareth Baber, former director of rugby Hong Kong Sevens, who's now in charge of Fiji, of course. Well, that's been overthrown at the line-out by Zimbabwe. It's been picked up by Kane Bukout. Here's a sharp run here from Ben Rimene, the Hong Kong captain. Rimene's got a run on, and he'll run away for Hong Kong's first try in front of the south stand. Captain stepping up.
Did he go out, though, before he put the ball down? It was very, very close on that dead ball. We're going to have a look. Yeah, I think it's a good call, too.
Worth checking.
Outstanding break, though, by Rimene. Just straightened up the defender. It's quick over the first 10 metres, too, Rimene, which got him through the hole. I'm picking this is going to be very close, Rupert. I don't think we're going to see it, really. Very hard behind the post.
You can't tell from that one either because you can't see the end line.
Well, you got to really give it though. You got to give it to the attacker. You'd think.
Well, the width of the Cathay Pacific HSBC goalpost padding might be saving this try for Ben Rimonate, yet it's awarded, and the roar goes up from the south stand. Hong Kong, first blood in this key match in Pool F. And Rimonate adds the extras, so 7-0 to Hong Kong. That'll please Paul John.
Wasn't much doing this. As soon as he got the ball, he just propped off his left foot. He's got very quick speed, as I said, over that first 10 metres, explosive. Oh yeah, jeez. You take those calls though, Rupert.
That's a little fortunate that that angle didn't get run out for the TMO, but hey-ho, we carry on. First try to Hong Kong, good restart here. It's Yu Kam Shing, he got 2 tries yesterday, and he's put Kane Bhukat in the corner, rolling over. Try awarded. That's 2 in 60 seconds for Hong Kong. Just the start they were looking for.
Yeah, you can see the confidence is flowing now right from the kickoff. Outstanding for Yu Kam Shing, the number 12. Nice little angle, goes on the outside, draws in the last defender. You can see there, gives the ball to the flying Kane Bhukat. Defiant defence, but in the end, the big man gets over.
Conversion misses right, remains at 12-0. It's been a frustrating weekend for Hong Kong. They had that narrow 2-point loss to Germany in the first game, and then a 1-point defeat to Papua New Guinea. They've been right in everything, but this will please them. Starting well, getting to a 12-0 lead. They really need to make the most of this advantage they have in this game. They need to win it to go through. So Ben Rimonate, New Zealand born. Chips to the near side to Bhukat, the try scorer. That's another excellent restart from Hong Kong. That part of the game working very nicely for them. Penalty as well.
I like the variation from the kickoff, though, very flat. So it doesn't give the Zimbabwe time to react. A bit too deep there, Zimbabwe, so that's good recognition by them in it.
So Jamie Hood, just making sure they're all on the same wavelength here. Gives it to Rimonate's skipper. Holds on, back to Hood. See what they're trying to do here on the loop. Create an overlap on the far side. Jack Neville shifts it across to Yu Kam Shing. That's gone to floor though. Knock on. Good defence from Zimbabwe, forcing the error.
Well, 3.5 minutes into this game, Zimbabwe haven't touched the ball on attack. No passes completed whatsoever. Just a bit too lateral in attack there, unfortunately, for Hong Kong. Here's the knock on there, doing some great work amongst that. Chimbue. Zimbabwe desperately needed that.
Zimbabwe with some possession. Here they come. Pulled off a big upset early yesterday, beating Papua New Guinea. It's good defence there from Jack Neville for Hong Kong. For the time being, Zimbabwe being kept in their own red zone. There's the long, lanky figure of Gardner Nechironga over there on the right-hand side for Zimbabwe. They decide to kick now. Hood is back for Hong Kong under the attentions of Chitok Window. And that's well supported there from Jack Neville. Ball's gone loose, however. Chance here for Zimbabwe. Towing it through is Lenience Tumbuera. Oh, the ball doesn't bounce the way he wanted. And it's Michael Coverdale who falls on it. Hood decides to kick. Not necessarily a bad option. 12-0 up. Players tired, a minute to go in the first half, and relieves the pressure.
You don't see that very often, do you? Both sides deciding to put it to boot. Zimbabwe using the option along the deck. Hood just clearing out of the zone 22. And you're right. Hey, Rupert, good decision from him.
Penalty at the line out. Interfering with the jumper. They'll take it on the 15-metre line. Play on, says the referee. Here's Hunduza. He's a lively runner. Good counter rucking here from Michael Coverdale, and they've got the penalty, Hong Kong. That was excellent from Coverdale on the floor.
You're playing the ball on the ground once Coverdale went across. Zimbabwe player has to release it. He tried to chuck it back. Once again, he's going to use the kick to slow this play down, reset. A little bit of a rest. Probably going to get set to run.
So Hood once more gives it to his captain, Rumina. Ball's gone to ground in front of Jack Neville. There's the hooter for half-time. Neville with it back. Hong Kong might just well chip this over the line yet. Then Rimene says that's enough, thanks very much. 2 tries to the good, 12-0 up. We'll go and take a breather. Take on some water, have a chat. They'll be pretty happy all round with that first half. Hong Kong leading Zimbabwe by 12 points to 0.
Doesn't suit us. We secure our ball, we do our threes, we play with it, and we cause them problems. That's why Benny scored, because we were set and we had a wet the gap. If we try to offload and force it, it suits them. So we keep the ball, we run hard, we get it off the floor, we work. 3 kicks, we can go. They absolutely worn out for us. And that's slowing it down, just playing with their hands a little bit. It's not playing with Dickus, it's just playing with tempo. Control, tempo. That's what we need. Fine. Other guys on the plate, so we've got to stand there. I'm saying, we're going to get the work if we let the ball do the work. Let's go to half court, boys. Don't do the ball over. Go again, let's go.
Welcome back to the Socompo Stadium in Hong Kong. Good start from the hosts here in this crucial Pool F game, with them looking for the first win in the group stage to get through to the last 8 qualifying competition. And Carlton Ana, that's a pretty good start from the hosts, isn't it? They'll need to keep this running on in the second half.
Oh, most definitely the first 7 minutes, got that early score. Got a lot of confidence out of that, got into the game plan. Tempo was something that Coach Paul John alluded to at the half-time break, and I want to start again with their good kickoffs and use that tempo and momentum to start the second half off well.
Ben Rimene, one of their try scorers from the first half, the captain of this Hong Kong side. Here he is, chips that left foot. Restarts were really good in the first half and almost excellent at the start of the second. Yu Kam-shing frustrated. That was almost perfect.
Well, he did exactly that, and he scored their second try for Bouquet. Of a situation exactly like that, and it's very tough to expose your ribs like that from the kickoff. Unfortunate there, just inches away from a perfect start.
It was almost like Adam Zaruba at the Para Sevens a few years ago. Remember that? The one-hander off the restart. Brilliant stuff, the Canadian. Good tackle here coming in from Yu Kam-shing, making up for that error. Keeping Zimbabwe in their own 22. Penalty, they get it though, the Africans.
I'll tell you what, I've been very, very impressed by Yu Kam-shing. A lot of responsibility on the young man. Got a couple of tries yesterday, was very good on attack, on the kickoffs. He's been an influence as well. Defensively, very strong on that occasion. Number 12 for Hong Kong.
There's Jamie Hood. Made some rugby for the Rico Black Rams in Japan. Awaits this line out from Zimbabwe. And they have won it on the wraparound is Stephen Hunduza. Number 10, that's Tampawera. Rian O'Neill, a try score yesterday to Shamala. He finds the offload. That's back to Tampawera. This is good stuff from Zimbabwe. That's the halfway line. Chitop window with the offload. Big Nechironga, he's causing some damage out here. Here's Hunduza. keeping it alive here, Zimbabwe. This is better. Chibue. Chibue, he's a stoutly built figure, and he bumps off a Hong Kong defender, and running at the line now, Chitok Window came up with a worldie of a finish in the corner yesterday. Acrobatic stuff. 12-0 down here, Zimbabwe. Need to score quickly. Here's Pritchard. Just stays in field. Does well. Chibue at scrum half, across to Hunduza. Comes back the short side, back to Tambuera. Chibue plays his rugby in South Africa. Tambuera again, shifts it across to Chitok Window, and here's the big man again, Necharonga. Back inside, there's the spot tackle coming in from Jamie Hood. On the wraparound is Connor Pritchard. Keeping it alive here, but Hong Kong have snaffled it. No, they've got the penalty, Zimbabwe.
Yeah, come up a Hong Kong hangs. It looks like they're going to be down to 6 men for the next 2 minutes. Big call, big moments in this match right now.
So 7 on 6. Can Zimbabwe make the most of it? Need to score twice here. Pritchard. Pritchard finds the offload. That's what they were looking for. It's Gardner Necharonga under the posts. And that's what it does when you get a man advantage. So difficult to defend. They did well, Zimbabwe, to take advantage.
Yeah, immediate impact, wasn't it, Rupert? For the Zimbabwean team, just got to be patient, find the hole. There it is there, takes 2 defenders, he turns them inside and out. Nice line run by Necharonga, puts it under the post. This is going to be a 7-pointer. Zimbabwe right back in this one.
Yeah, the simplest of conversions from right in front. From Lenience Tambuera. And we narrowed up to 5 points here. 2 tries to 1 to Hong Kong, but all to play for. 3:20 to go.
This is what's plagued them, these little decisions, particular games have been so close. We've spoken about the small margins that they've lost by this Hong Kong team. Just an errant hand has put them under pressure.
So about 44 passes to 21. Zimbabwe have had plenty of possession in this game. Hong Kong still with a player in the sin bin. That's been well won at the kickoff from Zimbabwe. And they've got the decision.
I think they might have just touched the Hong Kong hand. That's the only thing I can think of.
Looked like it was slapped back from the try scorer, Necharonga, but decision's gone the way of the African side. More changes coming on. We've got Bisalele Shamala and Hilton Mudariki, the Zimbabwe captain in the number 9 shirt. Here he is, he'll feed the scrum. So not sure if he's carrying a knock or what, but not starting this game.
Very tough defensive assignment for Hong Kong. Only 2 in the backs. Zimbabwe have the full complement, so if they can shift it quickly to the sideline, Zimbabwe has a huge chance.
Zimbabwe without Ben Rouse for this game. He's injured with concussion. So here they go, still with a man advantage. 10 minutes left on the sin bin. Chitok Window, Chitok Window finds a window, finds an open door. There's Tafadzwa, Chitok Window, and Zimbabwe finishing strong here.
Well, he kicked down the door on that occasion. Great footwork for Chitok Window. Did what exactly you'd expect. Got it to the edge quickly, and see there, because the defence has the rush, because they're down a man, it's easy to go against the grain, find holes, and that's exactly what he did there, Chitok Window.
That's for the lead. They've got it, 14-12 Zimbabwe. That's what the yellow card does. 2 minutes in a game of 7, such a long time.
Oh, most definitely, and that's a good angle of it. The 4th man coming in can't make it there, Bouquet. It's a miracle disadvantage for Hong Kong.
So can Hong Kong respond? Well, they'll get a free kick right on the centre line, because this hasn't gone the 10 off the kickoff. That's an unforced error from Zimbabwe, just what they didn't want.
This is where Hong Kong really do need to keep their head. They're taking Mini off. Big call there. I would have had him on, the captain.
This 70 seconds will decide Hong Kong's tournament. Pressure moment for the host. They need to win this game. They're down by 2. Can't afford an error here. Can't afford to give possession back, and breaking away is Seb Bryan. Almost clear. Chance on the near side for Kato Lee. Here's Kato Lee. He's a real hometown favourite here. Good defence coming in from Shamala. Lee just stays in field. They've got numbers on the far side if they shift it, but going himself is Bryan. Still going, Seb Bryan. Need to recycle possession here, Hong Kong. They've got the penalty. They'll go quickly. And under the posts, they've got the try. Not given yet. Michael Coverdale's the man who's gone over. And James Dolman awards it. Well, I tell you what, they're made of pretty stern stuff, this Hong Kong team. They go up 12-0, concede 2 tries, but they're back in front.
Here's Kato Lee. Firstly, goes on the outside, sets it up nicely, good defence. They try to take him out. He's able to just stay in. And then Coverdale, he's lucky he scored there because he had a man free. They didn't need to take the kick either. There's less than 30 seconds left, so they're taking it, so there has to be a kick-off here, Rupert.
Game on still, yes. 17-14, 19-14 make that. 5 points the difference. This is the final play. Converted try would win it for Zimbabwe. A try will take it to golden point. Hong Kong's restarts have been excellent so far. They need another one here, but they've gone over the 30 seconds. That's a howler from Jamie Hood in Hong Kong. Here comes Zimbabwe. Didn't need to take the conversion as quickly as they did, could have wound down the clock. Zimbabwe with another chance here. Hong Kong needs a friend holding the ball, Shamala. That's Connor Pritchard. Debutant here in Hong Kong. Here's Tumbuera. They might have an overlap on the far side, Zimbabwe. They could be running it in here. It's Chitok Window. He already has 1 try. Hong Kong hanging on for their lives here at their home tournament. Catch and pass here from Zimbabwe. They could be in. What a tackle from Michael Coverdale. The try scorer at one end, and he saved it in front of his own try line. And a huge sense of relief and elation seeps around this so-composed stadium. Gee, that was tight. And Hong Kong stay alive at the Hong Kong Sevens qualifying tournament.
Attack wins your games, but it's defense that wins your tournaments. Coming across, Kato Lee and Coverdale, absolutely outstanding. That's what it means. Get up!
And that's the other side of the story. Dejection from the Zimbabwe coach, Nia Mutsamba. Hong Kong have held on, and they've beaten Zimbabwe here by 19 points to 14.
Papua New Guinea to take on Germany. Germany 2 wins, and they're going to rest their inspirational captain, Tim Leichenberg. He'll start from the bench. And for PNG, it is Emmanuel Guys who captains PNG again. Alongside me, former Scottish Sevens and also Great Britain silver medalists at the Rio Olympics, Mark Robertson and Mark. Game number 3, day number 2. Body's probably aching at about this stage, but they'll feel inspired running out into this wonderful stadium with this terrific crowd.
The atmosphere in this stadium is electric, but I think the whole stadium breathed a sigh of relief there when Hong Kong went through, because yeah, that would have been the 3rd game they lost pretty much in the last play, so credit to them to come through that and get the win. But another good game coming up here. You know, this Germany team have been good day 1, but Papua New Guinea, they're always a threat.
There you see the pool. If Germany 2 wins against Hong Kong 14-12, and then against Zimbabwe 27-7. Everything's still on the line here for Papua New Guinea. They won against Hong Kong by 1 point. I restart Papua New Guinea playing left to right. Germany in the dark coloured shirts looking to break through the centre of the field. Now to the right they come, the left. Sotiris Mertz gets it one wider, and now just a sweep, bit of draw and beat. But Froome, Sebastian Froome beats the one tackle. Now needs some support, looks the offload. Diekman gets there. And Diekman, off the wonderful running from Sebastian Froome, opens the German account.
Yeah, great finish. Really good patience from Sebastian Froome. Initially, when he makes that break, he looks to link up with his outside support player, but they blocked it off Papua New Guinea. He was patient, evaded another few tackles, and then created the space. And Diekman didn't need a second invite. Really good finish.
Right from the get-go, the conversion just out to the left of the post. There is your try scorer, rather than Diekman. So 2 wins from 2 on day 1. They won the bowl here in 1990 in Hong Kong. So Hong Kong 2018 looking to try and become a core team. There's been a number of sides that have actually put their hand up. Mark, if you think about it, Ireland certainly one, Germany the other. Don't write off Japan or Uruguay, who've been involved in the 7th Circuit for a number of years now, as the era from Papua New Guinea gives German good attacking opportunity. There is the PNG coach, Douglas Guys.
Yeah, there's a number of teams that you could envisage coming through and winning this tournament. As you said, Germany have been sharp. Japan have always got the potential to have one big game in them. And Ireland as well, who for me at the moment are the favourites, but this German side have got a lot of experience.
They squeeze, and now there's a gap that's opened up, and Breckenmacher just spots the gap and fires the second shot into the hearts of the PNG supporters. Boy, that looked too easy.
Yeah, it was a little bit too easy. You know, that's always an option down that blind side. But if you do go down that blind side and you're tackled, you've got no support. So he gambled, he went with it, no defender there, and he scored. You know, this German team, they played a lot of sevens together. I watched them play at Melrose Sevens back in 2015. They were beaten in the final by Glasgow, a really strong Glasgow Warriors team. And they've grown. They look really calm, controlled. They know what they're doing.
Well, the squad have been together for a long period of time. Just 3 of the players weren't involved in the Oktoberfest, which certainly is turning into something on the annual calendar. But PNG now look to try and put some phases together, and that ball's drifted forward from Kalua. In fact, it's Tatut in jersey number 2. Needed to release it before going into the contact, and it's just those little mistakes that are costing this Papua.
Patrick Tatut will be frustrated with that, but you could see what he was trying to do. You know, rather than just pass it along the line, he was trying to fix that defender.
There is Zangwa, South African born, now coach of Germany. He's done a tremendous job with them, as you mentioned. And here's Froome, such a big, strong midfielder, Sebastian Froome. It's cleared, it's been all one-way traffic, it's been all Germany. And now Diekman scored the first. He's going to get a penalty for the high shot here, controls it, evades a couple of players, the kick pass across the field. How's the bounce? Perfect! That's how it is. Oh, like a well-oiled machine. Germany have got out of the right side of the bed this morning, and they've just scored their 3rd.
Yeah, they're getting the bounce of the ball. You know, Hempel, he had the vision that you would call it unorthodox, and Scotland would say it wasn't Bonnie, but you know, it was very, very effective. He's the glue. Hempel, who put the kick in there, he's the glue for this Germany team. He's got the vision, he's a distributor, but he's also got pace as well.
Conversion is good. And Metz gets his name on the score sheet. A lovely line, and a stat in front of us that will concern the PNG coaches. They've made 2 tackles, but they've missed 8. Oh, you can't go missing 8 tackles in a game of 7s and expect to be competitive against a team like Germany. That kick just in field, taken beautifully by Moket. And he gets it back into the hands of Clement. Arthur Clement. Now the turnover again. Germany looking to score their 4th in the first half. 7 short, ball pops out illegally.
Yeah, again, just really clever rugby from Hempel. You know, they kick to the left, they kick to their 3 forwards. It's a man and ball tackle, and it instantly gives them an opportunity to go for ball on the ground and get that turnover. Just clever.
There it is. Tried to steal a couple of extra meters and been told to bring the ball back, and now they go to a set piece. So much time spent on the set piece. 1 kick gave them 5 points. 2 might give them 10. Yes, it will. I think he's got it down, Dickman. Grounding's good. Try given.
Again, it's that man Hempel. Just, yeah, it's instinctive that, you know, he's got really good vision. He knows he's got Marvin Diekman, the pace on the outside. He's running onto the ball. The defender's facing the opposite way. His action's always going to beat the reaction of the defender, and he did really, really well to get that ball down before it went to touch.
He came in field, and then he had the pace to turn and go to get the ball down. Grounded it, 4 tries, and Germany sending a message to the rest of the competition that they want to be part of the HSBC 7 series in 2019.
You know, Willie, I think on previous years, maybe that's one thing that this German outfit were missing was pace, but now they've got big forwards, they've got ball players, and they've also got guys on the edge who can finish.
Well, Dickman is showing his pace, their 21-year-old captain, Tim Lichtenberg. He's got some toe as well. Poor old Papua New Guineans. They've just been chasing jerseys at the moment, but now they get ball in hand and get a chance to show us their skill sets through Tirang. He throws a nice ball back to the captain, guys, and this is Vali. Better ball movement from Papua New Guinea. They've got the players to go coast to coast. And that man there, Moket, gets the ball back to Clement. Big wide pass on this occasion, 3-on-1. The German defense slide across, shut down the threat. The Uta is gone for half-time. Now the dummy, and straight through the middle goes Kalua. The Germans counter-ruck, and they've sent in more players, and they've got the turnover. Yes, they have. Breckenmacher picks it up. Referee says straight off your feet. And if you're ahead by 4 tries, surely you just tap and kick it out.
Yeah, they need to save their legs for this quarter-final. As I said, this will be three wins on the bounce. But if he doesn't tap this and it goes straight to touch, he'll be forced to take the line out.
Well, they're wanting points. Obviously, they want to finish top of the pool, top of the table. Points is everything in this competition, where they rank them from 1st down to 12th, and then obviously the quarterfinals, 1 will play 8s. They've conceded 3 tries, Germany. Maybe that's the reason why they've decided to try and get more valuable points. 22-0 into referee's time. Yep. Didn't find the target that they wanted. Emmanuel Guys goes in. Live wire, little captain. PNG then have to go 100 metres. That's their own in-goal line, or try line, I should say. Crawling along the ground is Clement, but he crawled one too many. They tap and go. Soteris Merz. They got numbers here, and Germany will score another. 2 minutes 40 over the regulation time. And Dickman picks up a hat-trick.
Yeah, and well deserved. But he's got his big inside forwards to thank. Again, that's the benefit of having big men in your team who have got good ground skills. Very difficult to shift off the ball. And again, their skill set's good. They've got good vision. They want to move the ball to space, and they do that. Really complete performance. We look at the stats there, Willie. Papua New Guinea have had ball. They've made 24 passes, Germany only 15, but the difference is they've got power across the pitch to be scoring.
Referee blows half-time, 29 points to Germany. Papua New Guinea, after the conversion, is successful. PNG 0. I think some people in the truck are doing the Macarena as well. What costume would you come if you had a chance to come in fancy dress? Mark Robertson, what would we expect to see you in the South Stand wearing?
I'd like to see I can pull off the Incredible Hulk, Willie, but I'm definitely an ectomorph. You know, I'd have to play. I've got the kind of body now to go as Borat, unfortunately. Although I could pull off his thong. What about you? What would you go for?
Well, Avocado Man turned up in 2018, and that was quite an impressive outfit. I wouldn't go as Avocado Man. Fabian Hempel with the high restart. Papua New Guinea trail by 5 tries, and they've got possession now. Hensley Peter sets the ball just outside their 22. Look at the line speed from Froome just to race up and cut down that space. They move it from one edge across to the other, and now the pass, the miracle ball. It's a staggered line though from the Germans, and they've got to be aware that when they come up against the bigger teams or the quicker teams that this is what could happen, because it creates gaps, and this is where they're at their most dangerous. Nice shot coming in from Pritchard. Too high, says our referee, and Rova gets on with it. This is better from PNG. Guys looks and sees that there's some space down the right-hand flank. Now this is Rova. Releases the ball.
Second movement.
Well, there's the reaction from the coach.
Yeah, that's it. It's a tough way to defend. Gone are the days where defences will sit off now, Willie, and give the attack time. You see Germany, they're trying to put line speed, trying to put pressure on the Papua New Guinea attack, but with that is you have to have an opportunity or a go at the ball at a breakdown, because it's not sustainable. You can't keep on sprinting up, retreating, sprinting up, retreating.
We saw that graphic in the right-hand corner, and the difference of 22 points is the reason why Germany are trying to score as many points as they can. They want to qualify as high as they can for the Cup quarterfinals that will be played later on this evening, and that is a schoolboy error. That should have gone into touch, and now Papua New Guinea again will have to work from inside their own half. They get on the outside. The pace comes on now. It's all about pace and sevens, and Papua New Guinea have got plenty of it. Gado Kapana from the Bake Central Club in Port Moresby gets it done.
Yeah, great finish by Kapana there. He identified the mismatch. We talked about Germany having the big forwards, but if you have got bigger men on the pitch, you have to protect them when you're the outside defender. You can't give quick guys like Kapana the space to go round your bigger forwards. You have to protect them. But it was a great way of identifying where that mismatch was. They moved the ball to space, and he had pace to burn. Good finish.
The error from Germany not finding touch has given PNG just a little bit of hope. Now trail by 22 points, and that's high. Over the shoulder there, zero tolerance, and the players know it. So is there an advantage here for the Germans? Surely advantage is over now. Going back for the advantage.
Yeah, it wasn't a knock on, it was a high shot, and I don't think there was advantage played there. One thing I've been really impressed with over the course of the weekend so far, Willie, is just the aerial skills of the defensive teams and their pod work. What is a really difficult skill is when you're being lifted by your teammate to catch the ball above your head when the opposition are coming down to try and batter it down. Every single team are really competent at that skill now, and you can't underestimate how difficult a skill that is.
Papua New Guinea, the win against Hong Kong by 1 point, and then the loss to Zimbabwe by 7. They want to make sure that they can get one of those quarter-final spots. Trailing by 22 at the moment is Germany with the loop around from Heimer. Heimer runs a nice angle, and then they cut back to the try scorer. The offload to Kellitz, who's come on off the bench, and he's just lost it forward, so building some really nice momentum, running some nice angles as well. And just the error at the end.
Kellitz there, I think it was the right option. You know, he's a bigger man, he wanted to use the physicality, but when you lead with the ball, there's always that risk that the collision will make it dislodge from your arms, and unfortunately there, he didn't manage to hold on to it.
Guys, captain plays halfback, and then just buy a little bit of time there, does Wesley Varley. Shows some nice dance moves. There is the try scorer, and Cabana, not on this occasion, but the counter-ruck is good from Germany. It's their captain, and he's earned the penalty as well, so Germany just slowing things down here. Good counter-ruck from the Germans.
Yeah, Nicholas Hall there. You know, it is difficult to get dominant tackles in sevens, and he managed to get that dominant tackle. He earned the right to get to his feet. He had the momentum to move forward and get over ball, so really good play there from Hall.
Now time back on. Hall is on in jersey 10. They take it back and then look to work something, some decoy runners. Here's the captain, Lichtenberg. Brought down, 2 defenders come in. Support eventually arrives, and now they pick and go. Kellitz into the contact. Ball ripped out by guys, and it's alive. Ball is there, scooped up. Now Papua New Guinea on the attack. Nice pass over the top. Good tackle made by Dorr. John Dorr in jersey number 3 gets up, claims the ball and wins it. So the ball lost forward. Lichtenberg kicks across the field. Liz is there. And then the air swing from Riz. Missed it clean.
He did miss it, but we've got to be honest, they have had a few bounces of the ball, so maybe that was fair to him, fair to Papua New Guinea. You see there again, leading with that ball in the hand that's going to take the impact. It's a risky business. You think it'll learn the lesson there. Have to lead with that arm that's available to fend. And that also frees up the ball for the offload. He's a tall man, so there's opportunity for him to offload Kellitz.
Germany led 29-0 at the break. So Papua New Guinea showing some real effort and fight in this game. And Germany, they haven't put on any more points than they've conceded 7. So Papua New Guinea again work it one side, and then they come back through Hensley Peter out to Carl Lua on ice. Guilty of holding on to the ball. Well, he obviously said something to say, and he won't play any further part in this match. Frustration leads to a brain explosion, and that leads to the naughty boys chair.
Yeah, it does. It's difficult though, because the German tackled player, I would say, impeded that first support player from Papua New Guinea, and it's very difficult to get a hit on the clear out if that tackler gets back to his feet on the wrong side. it's actually a tactic that New Zealand used over the years really effectively.
Breckenmacher works well at the front of the line out now. Heimer. They do things from depth, and that's a nice tackle that's come in. Legal. Lodge for 2 knock-ons means that we're going to go back for the initial scrum. Well, Papua New Guinea will be thrilled that they scored a try in the second half, and more importantly, they didn't allow Germany to add to their lead.
Yeah, but so this German outfit, they have taken the foot off the gas a little bit. They're in the quarterfinals. I think they're an exciting prospect. You would not write them off for coming away as a qualifier.
Well, there's 8 countries that want to be involved on the HSBC 7 series. That's gone backwards, says the ref from Kane Liz. Kane Liz picks up, goes again. Remember, Papua New Guinea down to 6 players. And Germany looking to try and take full toll of that. The miss from their captain, guys, into the hands of Dorr. And the door shut completely, but not for Papua New Guinea, looking to have the final say. They won't win the game. Hensley Peter gives it back to Tokavai. Well, they're playing just in the small corridors, just amongst themselves, 4 players. And again, guilty of holding on to the ball. This is frustrating for the PNG side. The overlap on the outside. The show and go from the captain, Lichtenberg. The miss pass out to Kane Riz. Shows a nice pair of heels too and gets the job done. 6th try of the match. And Germany extend their lead.
Yeah, great finish by Ricks, but you can see the difference. Germany, even though the game's gone, they've won it, they still stick to their system. They know what to expect from the players around about them, whereas Papua New Guinea there, they've lost the game, they go off piece and they start working as individuals.
Conversion. Should be a formality, and it is. Germany, 6 tries to 1, have defeated Papua New Guinea by 36 points to 7.
Okay, with the morning session qualifiers behind us, we now transition back into our core 16 teams here at the 2018 HSBC Cathay Pacific Hong Kong Sevens, and it is Argentina and France about to do battle. Argentina ultra